Bonjour everyone, welcome to another video. Today it's going to be a peg find video. Over the last couple of weeks, what I found on the pegs. There's been a couple good restocks at local dollar store with kind of a mix of M and N, maybe P case. I'm not sure because obviously most Hot Wheels mainlines that we get are actually international cards, obviously. Very rare that we see US actually lettered cases on our pegs here in Canada. So, yeah, I'll start off with a couple of older ones that I picked up before the main portion of this. First thing I'm going to show you, I'm not sure if I showed it already, but I was sorely missing one little piece of the cases that, let's say, a K case basically. J and K. So that would be a card that I really love. The Hakosuka Skyline 2000 GTX. Most recent iteration, not the Super, obviously. Let's just say we're starting to get flooded, and I think we're not the only ones. We're starting to get flooded with this case specifically, with the whole. It's a really nice cast though. Really happy about that. Love the fact that the rear's all done, and nice side tampo as well. Nothing on the front if we're talking about details, but very easy to see as very easy to do, as you saw in my previous video there, where I did an older release of this cast, the Nightburners one. But yeah, really happy I got this one because goes so well with the Liberty Walk Ken Mary that was released case before. So very happy to add this to the JDM stash, definitely. And obviously, it's a Nissan, so I'm all for it. Next one I'm going to show you is a little bit weirder, actually. This is a drugstore find. I was going to pick up some cough syrup for my kid, and stumbled upon a few Hot Wheels on the pegs, but really, really old releases. Pretty much all fantasy casts and whatnot. Plus an old case of mystery models from 2020. Did pick up the number three out of wave 2 of 2020 that was there. SRT Viper in the Beach Patrol livery. I'm not going to show it because it's still in the packaging, and I'm not really intent on opening it since I'm probably going to use it for a trade. But yeah, I did pick up that, and I also picked up this Surf and Turf, which is based on the 49 to 51 Ford two-door wagon, basically. Ford or Mercury, since it's pretty custom, but not a casting I hugely collect. I did have a couple which I kind of purged out of the collection. Picked up this one specifically, and this is an older release, as you can see. 2017 license, so 2018 on the pegs. Also, you can see how overpriced. Yeah, very overpriced it was, but you know, $4, not the end of the world. And love this green, one of my really preferred colors, basically out of the whole range of colors. Kind of like a satin metallic green, and you've got all these little rust details on there as well, which I find really cool. So this is literally the only variation that I'm gonna have. My daughter does have one variation as well, basically, that she uses on the Hot Wheels track, but this one is going to be for me. It's a little bit older. Love the Rod Squad collection. This one's just nice. Not my favorite wheels, the twin 5-spokes, but on this one it works. You know, it gives it a very hot roddy look, and I love the big engine on there. The huge blower and the belts and all that. That's really, really cool. So, love finding these all-ball finds, you know, older releases and whatnot. Yeah, so getting to the main portion of really good haul. First one is a new cast that I do like a lot. So the Max Steel with the big, very big engine. Almost looks like a plane engine, basically. I'm guessing maybe that's what it is, but you know, single-seater racer. And I love this livery, which is really reminiscent, basically, of first release of many Rod Squad castings. This specific color for the body, as that this dark blue, matte bluish gray, with the gold tampos gold old school tampos on the side. Something that I'll have to pull out a couple of other casts that I have in this exact same thing. I believe the uh, yeah, I have a couple. I'll pull them out eventually to show you in another episode. But yeah, that is a really cool cast. Definitely something I like if we're talking about the the hot rods and whatnot. So next, I picked up also the most recent variation of the 68 Cougar, which is a cast that I simply love. This deck goes really nice. I have a bunch of variations of this, but this one specifically, it looks really good. Love the livery with the real life sponsors, the Castrol, the Coney shocks, all that good stuff. Basically, Goodyear on the hood, side pipes. I love the fact that the side tampo does include the door handle and lock, which is really cool. Tiny muted Hot Wheels logo on the bottom of the front fender and within the black tampo work. It's just overall really nice cast, and I love how the interior lends itself to the front hideaway lights and the spoiler on the back, which kind of gives a contrast in regards to the all chrome from the base there. So really cool. Good set of wheels as well on there, so happy about that one. Did also pick up the mainline version of the 84 Mustang SVO. I'm a big Fox body fan, so this was a no-brainer. Was the only one that was on the pegs despite a very fresh restock. Pretty sure I wasn't the first one there because there was not a single treasure hunt, be it regular or super. But the rest of the inclusions in the last couple cases that were released were all there. Also, little detail here. Most people know that aesthetically the SVO Mustang will differ from the regular Fox body because of the twin wing on the back, the twin spoiler on the back, which is a little bit reminiscent for that second, the higher rise portion of it, of the Ford Sierra RS Cosworth that was released in Europe. And since this is a 4-cylinder turbo version of the Mustang, to offset the V8's higher fuel consumption to a certain extent, they kind of took a few details from there. A lot of people as well, look for the difference versus the regular Fox body cast, the 92 Mustang or 93 Mustang that Hot Wheels makes. The other big difference is the front lights. Now, when the SVO was released in 84, which this depicts, these you'll probably notice better on the card art, the front lights basically that are three-piece with a square recessed centerpiece, right? Now in 84, we were still looking at the Fox body 4i front grille for the regular V8 and the 4-cylinder versions, basically non-turbo ones, of course. Actually, there was probably also that the larger 6-cylinder that was offered at the time. Maybe it had already been discontinued in 84. I'm not sure. You guys can chime in, all you Fox body experts. But all that to say that basically this was kind of like a preemptive look at the front fascia change that would be done on the 87 Fox body. Going from the four eyes, the four square front lights to the kind of like a one-piece look that came out with the center part not being recessed. So this was actually a forerunner of the mid-cycle restyle on the Fox body. So interesting little tidbit. So nice cast. Gray wheels work well. No front rear tampos, but these are so easy to add basically. Yeah, nice purple metallic. Nicely done. I'm very much in agreement with how they did this cast. Next up, let's see. I'm gonna stay. Yeah, let's do like a few quick recolors that I picked up here. So I did pick up the most recent recolor of the 90 NSX. Again, Ryosada cast. Picked up the blue version before. I have a couple of other variations of that. I have the red version with the R logo on the roof and the little racetrack logo on the side that's carded, and I also have the same version but on chrome PR5s without the side tampo work as well, which I believe was an earlier release. So the this one's got a subtle wide body, which is reminiscent of the Comptech NSX from the late 90s, early 2000s, basically. Comptech was an American Honda / Acura tuner that built supercharger kits, amongst other power adders, as well as having their own line of body kits and suspension bits and all kinds of other bolt-on parts to tune and modify your Honda. So they may still be in business today. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it's really nice. Love the little Ryu. Actually, that's the R logo I was talking about. That's on the other variation that I have, but these have really nice rear tampos as well. Front details are pretty easy to add on this one as well. So a good cast to crack open and detail. Also did pick up the most recent variation of the Delta Integrale. Aero disc works super well on this one. I love the dark green. Green is one color that I particularly enjoy on diecast. So love the front tampo work on this. I do have the original white release. Did not pick up the black one because honestly I didn't like the finish, the overall finished look that much. This one, however, with the wheel variation and the different tampos on the side, I did want to pick up because of the color mostly. It's kind of odd also that Hot Wheels decided to continue the tampo work onto the rear lights, or where the rear lights would be on this one. I don't know if this is the same thing for all of them or if it's a tiny little side tampo slider or something, but I don't know. It's kind of weird that the side indicators would have a piece of tampo on there, but really good recolor of that one. I do like that. Other recolor, actually the last recolor before we fall into the newer castings. I mean, obviously this is not new stuff to anybody. We tend to get stuff a little bit later, so. But either way, was very happy to be able to pick up this nice Supra. I have already mentioned in several videos that I really would like to see a stock looking front bumper on this cast, which would make it look so much better. Maybe even a wingless version, kind of like what Auto World did on their first Supra cast release. That would be really cool as well. Or just the classic, kind of like hoop wing there would be nice. But nevertheless, it's a Supra. I probably will pick up also from, I believe it's P-Case that has the next iteration. This is the then. I'm going to the now with GR Supra. Basically, it's going to be released in the same tampo work, or that is released for a lot of people. I'm just waiting for it to hit the pegs. But yeah, happy to pick that one up. Seems it's pretty desirable. It's one of the fan favorites for this case. So newer castings, 3 that I picked up. First and foremost, that are really nice. Lotus Evija, very nice color combo, very Lotus actually. The British Racing green and yellow inserts. It's Lotus F1s. They used to be in this same color combo in the 60s, so you've got some motorsport history there. This one's really well done if we're talking about tampo work. We got some rear tampos for the lights that are really fine in their detail, very good. Front's done as well if we're talking about the light tampos. And again, the color combo is awesome. The car itself looks pretty good. It's not like my favorite design ever, but it's a good looking car. So really happy to add this to the collection. As I am to add pretty much star of the case for me, the Zonda R. Not a whole lot I can say about this. I mean, it is lacking front and rear tampos for the lights, but as for the rest, everything is perfect. Proportions are there. Looking at the size of it, seems to be pretty close to true 164 as well, and the gold 10 spokes. I mean, they just work, so phenomenal. Love the matte gray that kind of resembles carbon, but not exactly. Very nice. Got very happy to put my hands on that one. One of the favorites also for this case, the Mad Mouse 62 C2 Corvette Gasser. Very, very nice stuff. Love the color choice. Cool retro livery. Again, with a lot of real life sponsorship, which I do like. Yeah, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot more to say about this. I mean, it's just super nice. Super, super nice. Again, front and rear light tampos will be very easy to add on this one when it gets cracked eventually. Very cool. Very, very cool new casts. Thank you for that, Mattel. It's definitely this kind of stuff. It's definitely the stuff I do like. Then let's get into a little bit more of a theme thing as well for the last couple of main lines I'm going to show you. First foremost, latest recolor of the RS2. Really, really cool. Really, really, really cool. Aero discs again work very well. This is the kind of era / car / provenance of the model that lends itself really well to these aero discs, just like it does on the Delta Integrale. Look, the kind of mid-90s look. Little wink to the touring cars of the time and whatnot. So, I mean, tampo work on this thing is just amazing. Nice gloss black as well. Looks really good on this model. So third color wave of this model, and I have all three because I love. This is like the ultimate, the original Super Wagon. So nothing I can say bad about this one. Pretty much the same for the latest black iteration of the 850 Estate or the Volvo 855. Is it a T5R? Maybe just the 850R. No idea, but really looks good. I think I have all color variations except for the second race style livery, the recolor of the race style livery from the first release. First release, the livery was the white with the light and medium blue. That is very reminiscent of the Omega livery from the touring car of the era. Then it was recolored in a kind of like a black and metallic gray silver. That one I wasn't too I don't know, not a big fan of. So that one left as part of a lot that I sold maybe a couple of years ago, some time ago, just to say the least. But yeah, I had to pick up the black one. I love the ones that are not liveried and have the full tampo work on the front and back. So next up, last two mainline castings were two that I absolutely had to have, that I was anxiously waiting for. Staying in the Volvos, well, obviously a Volvo drift wagon. Love the yellow windows that make the yellow headlights. Kind of weird thing though, the B pillar not being colored. Kind of weird, but doesn't really matter. You got the dump pipes on the side. Probably maybe it's kind of hard to tell there, but you can see that there's 5 individual throttle bodies on this thing. So I'm assuming it would be a 5-cylinder swap from the B23 turbo that would have originally come in this car, at least on the highest spec of this car. Again, Steelies on the back, aero disc on the front, very drift style setup. Love the rear, awesome stuff. Kind of weird that there's 2 dogs in the rear. I wouldn't necessarily drift my car with 2 dogs in the back, but hey, why the heck not? But honestly, awesome. I have nothing bad to say besides the lack of color on the B pillar. But again, more plastic, less metal equals keeping the cost the same. Although we could venture into a side topic of the recent raise in price, but I won't go there because that's been already discussed, and most people are feeling it anyways. Last mainline I'll show you. Nissan Maxima drift car. So this would be I believe a first gen Maxima, if I'm not mistaken, around 82 basically. This is what the Nissan Maxima looked like, available as a wagon as well as a sedan. This is a wagon with the flares, big Moto livery. Really, very, very, very nice stuff. And I mean, again, look how clean and clear the cast details are on this, making it very tempting to just crack open and start detailing right away. Same for the rear lights. I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun to work on. And I love these new twin 3-spoke wheels. They're very reminiscent of the Advan 3 spokes. Yeah, just overall really nice cast. Love the JDM mirrors, the RB26 swap under the hood, the big front lip with the Nissan script, which is very reminiscent of the race cars of the era as well, the 70s, late 70s and early 80s. Just overall a phenomenal cast. And we're gonna finish this off with finally, very late to the party, but I did manage to pick up the cars I wanted out of the Mountain Drifter set. So new cast for Hot Wheels, the ST205 Celica GT4. Awesome machine. We did not get an all-track version here in North America of this car. We only got the regular version, which would be the ST202 chassis code, so front-wheel drive non-turbo. And instead of getting the high compression 3SG, we ended up getting the 2.2 liter 4-cylinder out of the Camry in this one. So yeah, great Tampa work on this thing. The wheels are a little bit big, making the car seem taller than it would be in real life. But again, you know, uprating size and width of wheels is, you know, the first step to completely changing the look of the car without necessarily having to do anything else. So no problem with that. I like the pastel yellow as well. I need to compare the tone with the actually the premium version of the 850 wagon that we just checked out before at a Fast Wagon, just to see if it's the same color. Yeah, so I was really looking forward to pick up that one. Did pick up also the NSX Type R, which is, I believe, my only 164 NSX casting with the facelifted front, with the non-pop-up front lights. I mean, this is my ideal spec for an NSX, honestly. I mean, I do prefer the first gen or the pre-facelift pop-up light NSX R, but this one, wow. And I love me a white Honda, white on white. It's kind of hard to see what the interior color is because of the very dark window tint. But hey, if it's a red interior in there, even better. Really happy about this one. Last one I picked up, I was kind of debating on the AE86, honestly. I wasn't sure that I wanted to pick it up. You know, I do love the wheels on it, the tiny 8mm T's. You know, livery's okay and whatnot, but I mean, I have so many variations of the AE86 casting. I wasn't sure I wanted to pick it up. Basically thought, you know what, there was about, I mean, 3 or 4 sets of these on the pegs. I was like, I'll wait it off, think about it, and see tomorrow. By the time I got back tomorrow, literally there were probably 3 GT4s and 2 of the 3000 GTs remaining. I didn't pick up the 3000 GT because honestly, I have the red variation with the 5 spokes. The blue one looks good with the dark 10 spokes, but I mean, I want to limit myself on variations. Didn't necessarily feel that one. However, I did have to pick up this one while it was there. There were 3 of these on the pegs. I picked up one, left the other 2, although picking up a second one was extremely tempting. But, you know, since these are scalped like crazy and then end up, you know, on sale for 25 bucks on Marketplace and whatnot, I didn't want to be a part of that. So, what can I say? This thing is awesome. You know, this livery is very reminiscent of the the R30 and R31 GTSRs, or actually the GTS Skylines, or RS Turbo, should I say? RS Turbo, sorry. GTSR would have been R31 only, last year production. Has nothing to do with this. RS Turbos. So R30 and R31s had this kind of livery. And the race car, the silhouette cars as well, did have, in the very early 80s, did have this livery for racing. Mind you, a lot of people say this is a race car. This is a race car. It's not really a race car. It's really more of a show car that's got the potential to go extremely fast. But I mean, it's first and foremost made for looks before actual aero or functionality of the aero. But this thing is beautiful. Extremely happy to find that. This is definitely my pick of the haul. So yeah, that'll pretty much conclude this episode. So hope you enjoyed. Pretty fruitful little last couple hunts. So happy about that. If you enjoyed checking out this video, hit that thumbs up. Comment your feedback, of course. Always fun to read. And subscribe if you want to be advised of my next uploads. So on that, I will wish you an excellent day, evening, night, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.